you stringing along, wasting messages, wasting words, and y'all wonder why she don't text back. Get to the point with whatever you saying. All right, now before we get into the video, I took the time to make a free guide for you. It's going to teach you all the things I wish I knew when I first started dealing with girls. This will save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of hassle, and a lot of pain. It's going to be the first link in the description, so go ahead and make sure you check that out. Let's get into the video. He started off speaking facts, bruh. Run it back.
Communication is your superpower. Learning to have better conversations, learning to express yourself, learning to explain things and listen. These are your superpowers for success, for relationships, for life. It's what we're good at. It's what we are. We are meant to communicate. We are meant to connect. It's just our nature. Now, what I'm going to do for you is tell you what I did on my journey, give you some tips, and go deeper into some concepts that help me understand how to speak better and that helped me get to where I am today. So first and foremost, you have to communicate with purpose. Too many of us, we don't talk about nothing. We literally don't talk about nothing.
That's why a lot of you guys struggle with texting, struggle with shooting your shot or starting a conversation. It's like, why did you want to in the first place? Y'all just fall in love with the idea of having someone, but don't think about, all right, so what can I say to get to that? I do want to make it clear that you can't necessarily control what the other person decides as far as messing with you, giving you their number, whatever you guys are talking about. It's not really they're the deciding factor at the end of it all, but there are things that you can do from proper communication to get what you want out of people. It's so much deep game. But yeah, just using persuasive language, influential language, the stuff that I teach in my Patreon. It's just you know how to maneuver and get what you want a little bit more once you just understand certain principles. And it's really psychology for real, but you still do not know how. You have to know how to communicate. You do.
It's always what you doing, where you at. How's it going? Like, those things are cool. Small talk is cool, but you're not working towards anything. You want to go on a date with a person, but you keep asking them, what are they doing every 5 minutes?
Why are you asking them? If you're going to ask them what you doing, set up the date. Have some intention. Matter of fact, before you even set up a date, this is what you need to do before you set up a date. You need to plan out what you want to do. Have a time set and everything, right? This is showing her that you can lead. Most girls, depending on how much they like you, they're gonna fall in line. Like, guys be bullshitting. Guys don't be saying this. Like, the average guy, he would be surprised they don't know this shit. Like, this is the small shit that will give you an advantage. Being able to plan shit out, take control, and just put it all on the table already. You stringing along, wasting messages, wasting words, and y'all wonder why she don't text back. Get to the point with whatever you saying. What you doing? Oh, what you doing? Oh, I miss you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Nigga, have some substance, gang. If you want to talk to her on a date. Talk to her on the phone. Y'all be trying to text them all day. Like you said, what you doing every 5 minutes? That shit. No, have some intention with what you want to do. Say things in ways. I'm gonna let this go because I know he got some game. I heard it. That's why I stopped.
Why are you not asking for availability? Why didn't you ask what do they like to do for fun? What kind of things they like to do, when they were chilling out, when they don't want to go out? What kind of things do they like to eat? You have to ask these questions that you can actually put purpose and intention to. If you simply want to just have a conversation with somebody, you can just talk about anything. If you simply want to say hello to somebody, hello, mission complete.
Yep.
Purpose and intention changes everything. Think about it like this.
In life.
If I told you, can you buy me some clothes? And you're like, what kind of clothes? What do you need them for? Well, I'm going on a trip. Where's the trip? I'm going to Florida. I want to go to the beach and go fishing. Well, you probably going to get me some shorts, some light shirts, you know what I'm saying? Some little button-down beach shirts, things like that. And then in another conversation, I told you I was going to Canada in the winter. You would probably get me some thicker clothing, something with some wool, a little size, a little heat to it, because purpose and intention changes everything. So if you think your conversations are not good enough, if you think your communication skills aren't good enough, are you moving with purpose?
Intention.
That's where you should start at first. Now, when it comes to actually conversating.
What he means by purpose is basically, do you have an end goal? I fell victim to this too. It's become more subconscious to me, a lot more natural. But when I first wanted to start developing my conversation skills, I had to start giving myself end goals. I used to actually have to think out, what is it that I'm trying to get out of this, right? I wish I can give an example. I'm just, let's say I see a girl's Instagram story and I want to respond to her, right? First of all, y'all know my Instagram method. We only like to go based off of story posts or quotes. Or notes. And I like stuff with quotes because I feel like it just gives me more words to put together to get to where I'm trying to go. I don't really like going just based off the face. But if it's something like she posts her face and there's some music, like my goal is to obviously apply a little bit of pressure, but the result I want is I want to see if there's some type of interest there. So I'm going to say something that will allow me to get a response from her that will let me know, okay, she's giving me the time of day. Like, she's entertaining what I just said. Like, I said some flirtatious shit and she didn't just brush it off. Like, she was low-key intrigued or she was interested back. So I feel like a lot of people, especially when talking to girls or flirting, if you can just have what he said, that purpose, that intention behind what you're saying, a goal, then you can kind of like at least start to form sentences that can get you to where you trying to go, instead of just, you want her but you don't have no goal. Like, if you want to talk to her, you can just tell her that, like, hey, what's up, I just wanted to come talk to you. Really, the goal is to get to know her a little better. Like, you just have to think, what is it that you want from this? And as far as sex, because y'all intentions be bad. Like, if sex is your intentions for talking to girls, I get it, nigga. We human. We like sex. It is what it is. But your intentions are still, you're skipping steps. You got to get her to fuck with you first. So if that's what you really want, learn how to get a girl to fuck with you first, and then it's gonna come. If that's what you really want. But have some intention in your conversations and the things you do. Intention in life, that's gonna get you a lot farther in life. Having a clear goal so you can have something to work towards, instead of driving somewhere with no GPS and you ain't never been there before. It don't make sense. You're never gonna get there, or if you do, take hella long.
Or conversing, right? The proper word. The best thing you can do is listen and ask why. Now, you don't have to just sit there and say why. There's different ways to ask why, but it's all the same thing. And in the spiritual world, right, why stands for what hurt you or what happened, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like it gets deeper. It gets deeper. So somebody says, right now I don't feel like being in a relationship. I just want to be single. Why?
Why is that?
Well, I don't really have the time and the energy. I don't feel like I can maintain a healthy relationship. Is there any reason for that?
He gets it. He understands it now. When I ask people, this is going deep now. Why? Talking to a girl and getting them to elaborate. This is all I mean, getting them to elaborate. I really want to know the deeper meaning behind the shit. I'm trying to get to the core of the shit. Like, what did you go through that make you act the way you act? Because once we get there, not saying to manipulate, but we have more influence and more pull because we have more information that we can use. I'm not going to say leverage because it does sound like I'm taking advantage, but it is leverage. At the end of the day, you can use it to your advantage to connect with them a little bit more, to get something out of them, or to persuade them to think something else. But you have to get to the core because they're going to tell you. You just have to want that. You just have to want to really get to know a person you're really interested in. Why though? Like, out of all these places, why here? You had a good experience here? Did you have bad experiences any elsewhere? Like, I gotta know, gang. But this is a part of having a conversation. It's like, it's not what I'm saying. It's my effort into the conversation in the first place to care about you. He's gonna.
It just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But understand, right? When you're having these conversations, you have to understand the concept of time and space. I like to think of things like this. Everything is connected. But conversations are just like anything else. There's a certain currency. There's a certain limit to things. Inside of this limit, there's listening and speaking, okay? You're going to meet some people, they don't listen. It's just not in their nature. Use that to your advantage. Ask them a lot of questions. Make them feel like they are the movie star. Make them feel like they are the most interesting person.
I'm gonna let them go, but peep how it starts with awareness. Like, you have to get out your head and get in the moment so that you can notice certain things. Like, some people are going to listen. You just have to pick up. If you can just be quiet and observe a little bit, you can kind of tell somebody's, I don't want to say nature. You can just tell how somebody carries themselves, whether they like to talk a lot or they're very quiet. You feel me? Are they outgoing or are they like reserved? Like, you have to pay attention. You have to be aware. So this is basically what I'm getting from this. He's very aware and he uses it to his advantage. You feel me?
Cater to their needs. I'm not telling you to be a pushover and never talk and voice your opinion.
I like this guy.
To understand what type of time it is, what type of space it is, and also understand everybody in a conversation with. That don't mean you have to be with them. That don't mean you have to be business partner with them. Just be able to be aware and make judgments. So inside of this bubble, this person likes to talk entirely.
This was me.
W.
To keep up with posting consistently on
Should have been on
YouTube,
Braid.
getting less views than normal until
Too much. Cool. Let them talk. Let them yap. You asking them questions. You telling them just enough. At the end of the conversation, they're like, man, I really like you. Like, you make me feel good. That's how they're going to feel.
Yep.
Right? Now, imagine if you take that same person and you clash with them and you try to talk as much as they are. They going to cut you off. You're going to cut them off. There's not going to be enough room to work. Then there's somebody else. They don't talk a lot. That's when you have to take over. You have to say the right things and ask the right questions to make them to open actually go deeper. And if they don't go deeper, make them go deeper. And if they don't, then they don't want to talk to you. And it's just that simple. If you're like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from the United States. Okay, now you gonna move on. What's your favorite color? Red. You gonna move on. What's your favorite food? No, nigga.
What part of the United States you from?
Where are you from? I'm from the United States. What part of the United States?
Y'all see how simple somebody I want to interview him. I know he's huge. I want to have an interview with him. I want to interview him. I have questions.
Well, I'm from X, Y, and Z. How is life in X, Y, and Z? What's your favorite part about X, Y, and Z? Would you move out of X, Y, and Z? Is there any other place you would like? Go deeper. Ask why. Move with purpose. You're curious. You want to know more about this person. You want this person to open up more.
Yeah.
But you keep skating over all these topics. You keep skating over all this ice. Go down under. Go down under. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take a little awareness. But you can do it.
Yeah, everybody can.
Now, to make people more intrigued speaking to you, cater to
their needs.
Like I just said. Some people want to listen more. Some people want to talk more. Cater to those needs. Also find out the things that interest them. I like to throw pings. You throw all these little things out there. I like to say random stuff. I call it mental Tourette's. I say all these random things, and anybody who has a conversation with me outside of something intellectual and like this, they'll tell you I say a bunch of random stuff. Why? Because certain people catch certain things. And they're like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I might just blurt out Alfredo. And they're like, oh my God, I love Alfredo. Boom. Uh-oh. Now we got something. And me just doing all these things, it helps me find all these little things that people like. It's just something I do. But getting back to a solid point, one of the things you can do is get really good at telling stories. Because even if a person talks too much, even if a person is not that good at listening, people just love stories. It's the reason why we listen to music. It's the reason why we watch movies. Tell stories.
This game.
It's so easy to tell stories after you tell many of them, right? And when you learn how to set up stories, you learn how to change your voice and change the tonalities and make things more interesting so everything is not just like this.
Yeah.
Imagine if you opened a movie or you opened a book or you're watching a movie and everything. It's just like this. And it's like, oh my God, you killed my mom. I'm extremely upset. And I'm going to spend an hour and 30 minutes chasing you down and avenging my family. Like, nobody's going to watch that.
Yeah.
There has to be ups and downs and highs and lows, just like water.
And shit.
It's like the tide. Got to come in and out. If everything is going one way, there's no difference. Nobody's going to want to watch that. Nobody's going to want to listen to you. Nobody's going to want to have a conversation with you. So get good at telling stories. For example, let's say I want to tell a story. I want to tell a little spooky story.
Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to take notes on this. So I want to make sure I listen. I feel like I'm not the best storyteller simply because I be forgetting details and shit. Like I be forgetting a lot of shit, chat. Like it's bad. Like, bruh, I might have dementia when I get older, bro. Fuck. But yeah, I tell stories. I'm getting better at it. I be telling them on stream and shit. But like, it's kind of tough, especially if you don't remember every detail. Because I'm the type of nigga that be wanting to give you every detail. I want you to feel like you was there. And sometimes I be forgetting shit, and I feel like it kind of mess up the story. But that could be a mental thing. I could be overthinking it. Like, do y'all feel like y'all good at telling stories?
I'm gonna cater it to you though. I'm not just gonna keep talking about me. I'm gonna make sure you're listening. I'm gonna make sure you're here. So, one day I was driving down the road. As a matter of fact, we gotta set that up even better.
Damn, didn't I just get hit with an ad? What the fuck? Yeah, you getting paid though.
You wanna know what's crazy, right? You wanna hear a crazy story? So one time, I was driving down the road. It was about 11:30 at night. It was cold as hell.
Paint the picture.
Cold as hell. You know how you driving down the road, it's cold, you're getting goosebumps, and like you got the heater on, but it's just not working right. It's just not working right. So, like I said, I'm driving down the road. It's like 11:30 at night, and I see somebody on the side of the road. Now, you know me. I ain't really keen on just picking anybody up, but at the same time, it was a child. You know what I'm saying? You would feel bad, right? I'm including you, right? You would feel bad, right? So I stopped, picked the child up. I'm like, yo, where you need to go? You live close by? Like, well, I live right up the road. It's like, all right, well, come on, I'll get in. I'm not just gonna leave you out here. You're a kid. So I go right down the road, turn in this little driveway. I'm like, this your house, right? And the kid was like, can you just drive back out of the driveway and just keep going down this road? It's right up here. You're like, all right. So I pull out of the
Why am I so
driveway.
engaged?
I'm going up the road, and I see lights instantly. I'm like, what the hell? And these lights are not slowing down. If you have a perception of depth and distance, you can tell when somebody behind you is slowing down. Keep in mind, it's at night, so the lights come up, but they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I'm at a stop sign. There's not that much room left, and I'm not finna get hit. So I'm like, what the hell is that? The kids start looking all evil. It's like, we got you. It was a setup. I got set up. So here I am with a damn kid in the car with me, and I'm fighting this kid off, right? This kid is pulling on my arm, trying to get me to crash. Whoever the hell is in the car behind me is trying to kill me as well. So what do? I'm going down the highway. I'm doing 70, I'm doing 80, I'm doing 90. But this is not a straight highway. This is one of those highways with the esters. You know how you're in the car and you come up on a curve and it's a little bit too sharp and you touch on them brakes and you trying to brace your body? Yeah, one of those roads. So I'm doing 70, 80, 90 on them. So it's me going from 70, hitting the brakes, going down to 20, getting around the curve,
this
getting
nigga
back
good.
up to 70, 80, 90, slowing down. I'm scared out of my mind, but there's so much adrenaline running in my body. I'm just ramped up. Now at this point, everything is getting so intense. The kid over here is acting nuts. The kid is scared because the kid helped orchestrate this setup, but it's still a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So whoever was in the car behind me is trying to ram me and hit me off the road. So I go down the road a little piece. They come around me, swing the car sideways like some Fast and Furious stuff, right? I'm like, what the hell is this? They shine a light in my face. Get on the intercom. Stop the car now. I'm like, what in the hell? Is this a police officer? What is actually going on? I ain't buying it. I put that thing in D and drive and take straight back off. The car came right up beside me. We're going down the highway, 60, 70 miles an hour. Boom, boom, trying to hit me off the road. Go around me, hit that Fast and Furious thing again, sideways. I said, stop the car. I'm not going for it. I go back down the highway. So they come around me and they get ready to do that thing again. And I turn the car, slow down, turn the car. I go back down the highway, take me a little back road, turn the lights off. And I'm like, I got away. I did not get away. That car followed me down that road. I went into a yard, I made a maneuver, and I came out. I'm on a gravel road, and I'm scooting. I'm scooping, and I'm sliding, and I'm scooting, but I'm going. And all at once, boom! I feel the car just come from under me. You know how you can feel a car planted to the road? You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel that you're on the road. That car came from up under me, and I felt myself in the air. Boom! I landed in the ditch. The door popped open, but it jammed. I hear somebody get out of the car, stop the car, get out, and start running. I was able to break open the door just enough to get out and start running.
What happened to the kid?
All I hear is yelling and screaming, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna kill you, you can't get away. And I'm just a running. I'm just a running as fast as I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just running. I'm just running. I'm just running. Now here I am. It's cold as hell. It's midnight. It's raining. I'm hearing stuff in the woods. I'm hearing people scream. I'm hearing people howl. You can hear my car just like it's messed up. Total.
Chat. Hey, this nigga got me invested in a story. Hold on.
You can hear all that. And there I am alone in the woods, cold as hell. The grass was wet because it was raining. The trees was wet because it was raining. Here I am. I'm wet, cold, shivering. In the middle of the night. In the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where I am. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what in the hell just happened?
Right.
So, I go. I don't have my phone. I try to creep back to the car. And I did. Snuck up the hill. Crawled. Tried to open the front door, couldn't open it, it was jammed. Opened the back door, didn't see my phone. Tried to open the front door again, there we go! Took off again. Now also understand, in the midst of all this happening, I had a hip injury from football. Every time I run, all I hear is now I don't feel it because I'm off so much adrenaline. I don't feel it, but I feel it. It's not hurting, but I feel it. So I run up and down this road trying to get my phone so I can contact somebody, but I couldn't. It was gone. So I finally walked down this long lane. It was dark as hell. I couldn't see anything. I walked down it and I sit there at a far enough distance where I could see everything on the road, but nobody could see me. Even if they shine lights, they couldn't see me. I was sitting in wet, tall grass under a pine tree. And I sat there just like, man, this is one of the worst dreams I have ever had. And I lay against this big tree and I go to sleep. And then I wake up, I was like, man, that was a terrible dream. I reach down and I put my hands, on my bed to get up. I said, damn, that was a terrible dream. But I realized my hands weren't on the bed. My hands were on acorns. My hands were on sticks. My hands were on leaves and sticker browse. It wasn't a dream. It was real life. Now that's actually a true story. That is actually a true story. That actually happened to me.
That's crazy.
In my last years of high school. It messed me up for a pretty
crazy.
Wow. Now, if you weren't intrigued by that story, if you're still not watching, I need to do better. I can go back, I can watch this video, I can analyze, and I can see where I messed up.
Where you could have lost me.
But I think it was a pretty good story.
It was a good story.
Because I tell a lot of stories, even about the most minute things. And when I'm practicing, I will emphasize the smallest things to make myself get better at telling stories, because to tell stories, you have to include people to make them feel heard, to make them feel welcome, to make them feel valued and appreciated.
Correct.
You have to use sound effects. You have to use different tonalities. You have to change it up. You have to get it quiet. You have to get it loud. You have to do all these things to communicate how you felt. What did it smell like? What did it feel like? What did it look like? You have to go into depth.
It was a very, very, very great story. I think could have been a little long. You could have started with like, bruh, the crazy shit happened to me yesterday. That way, I'm listening to the whole story in its entirety. Because if I don't know what the story's about, it's a good story, but it's like, damn, when does it end? Or what's the point? But if you like, bro, I had a crazy ass night, and then you say the whole thing, I feel like that keeps somebody engaged. That's just my tip. That's probably what I would say.
You were constantly asking yourself the question why by explaining things and explaining things and explaining things. Because in their head, they thinking, why did that happen? Where were you? How did it happen? You are just asking why.
Deeper.
You're going deeper and deeper.
Yeah, Twan.
And deeper and deeper. And there's purpose. There's purpose in it all. You wanted to tell a story. You wanted to break the silence, or they said something and it triggered this story. You know what that reminded me of? About the time I did this. And when you're vulnerable and when you open up to people,
they do it back.
Open up to you too.
Man, he knows.
I don't hear, and I didn't tell y'all all the truths about myself. You wouldn't listen to me.
Facts.
There would be no value in it because I don't tell you anything. That's why those robotic accounts that just say, do this and do that, and step 1 and step 2, they don't have fans.
Yeah.
They may have a few subscribers. Some of them are successful. They have subscribers, but there's no connection.
Yep.
They're not being vulnerable. They're not sharing anything. My stories are real. My experience is real. What I go through is what I speak about. What I speak about is what I've went through and what I'm going through. There's a connection to it. That's why my videos feel like conversations, because I'm hitting all the points. Why, where, how? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Did I go through it? You're going through it. I make you feel heard. I make you feel welcome. I make you feel like you're talking to a human. It's not what's up, YouTube. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Even in YouTube is telling you the most
20
important thing is you.
180. That's how many clients I'm going to get you, and that's how many days it's going to take me.
Important part of a conversation
is you.
You.
That's what I be trying to tell y'all.
You.
If you make the conversation about somebody else, they stay in tune in the conversation. Like, I care about what you have to say. I can write down and remember things that you're telling me, because it's always about you. That's just how it is. It's like life just works that way. Now, I do think you should put yourself first. But as far as communication, conversation, dealing with people, it should always be about them without compromising yourself. If you don't compromise your morals, your principles, or any of that, you stand on what you believe in, but you can still make it about other people. Other people are going to make shit about you, or they're going to remember you. You leave a long-lasting impression.
And for you, it will be you to the next person, and you to the next person, and you to the next person. But you are also important too.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. Now, to actually have something that you can do, I guess, to take away from this video.
Practical tips.
Read more. Read more books. Read more people. Speak more. Read your books out loud. Speak out loud. Read the things that you write out loud. Talk to people more. Do it all. Read more, write more,
talk more,
and speak more. Use your voice. Practice. I have all these videos. This is all practice to help me communicate better. Try to use less words. Instead of going on these tangents and rambling about a bunch of things, try to cut that in half.
Yep, concise.
How could I sum this video up in 10 words? Read, speak, and write more. Listen more than you
speak.
That would be 11, but you get the point. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to cut out all that fluff. Learn when to speak, learn when not to speak. Learn to speak with purpose. Every conversation you go into, think about why am I doing this? All right, you see somebody in the store.
Purpose, intention.
I want to speak to this person. Why? I just want them to feel good. Just want to have a little interaction. Hey, good morning. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How you doing? Mission complete.
Yeah.
I want to know where this person got this jacket from. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? All is well. I just wanted to ask you, where did you get the jacket from? Oh, I got it from Amazon. Mission complete. I want to take this person on a date. It's going to be a little more difficult. Simple. Hey, how are you doing? What's your name?
Yeah.
Are you from around here? What do you like to do for fun? I'll be free on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I would love to take you out on a date. if you're down. There's ways you go about all these situations because the purpose and the intention
It's gonna be
changes everything.
Yep.
I hope that helped you.
It did.
I hope that cleared
Yo, I love this guy.
Because I know how it is, man. It's hard.
This my
It's hard to have conversations.
Chad, this is my first video. I always seen them popping up on my YouTube, but like, I love this because this is what I hope people do: improve conversations, talk easier, and he just reassured me. He made a lot of points that I make. Yeah, no, I love this guy.
Conversations in this day and age, a lot of people are not interested. A lot of people's brains are fried, but there's people out there that want to have conversations, and you will find them.
Hell yeah.
Those conversations.
I feel like everybody.
Are priceless.
Wait. I'm gonna say this. I feel like everybody wants to. Everybody doesn't know how to. I feel like everybody. There's some people who don't want to talk, at different times, but generally, I believe that people would love to talk, especially when it's about them. They like to speak on the things that they've done, the things that they're interested in, the things that they're proud of, the things that they overcame. Like, they like to feel important. It's just that everybody doesn't know how to get that out of them. So when they come across a nigga like me or my boy, I don't know how to say his name, Shimon. I got to figure it out. But when you come across people like us with some substance, it hit different every time. I actually had a girl tell me that last night. Like, we was talking about, I don't even know what we was talking about, but she was just basically saying, like, she likes conversations with substance, and you feel me? And like, when we was talking, like, we was getting to know each other. It had some substance, you feel me? And she just felt like every other nigga she was talking to, they didn't have shit to say. Like, you look so good, and what you doing and shit like that. Like, no, bro, come fuck with Sphego the Mob. Come join the Patreon. Get your communication skills right, and like, okay.
But those same people that you'll have these great deep conversations with, you'll be talking to them about lettuce and tomatoes one day.
Bro.
And do you like lettuce, and do you like tomato? Do you like Kool-Aid? Like, it's just gonna be all types of stupid stuff. It's not stupid, but we'd be putting too much pressure on it.
Yeah.
So I hope this video helped.
Damn, I wish I could. I wish I had knowledge. I wish advice. I could. I'm not gonna talk to this nigga, bro.
Pretty. This is just what it is.
I wish I could. Simon. Oh, he has an email. Say no more. I'm gonna email him. Got to take that extra step, chat. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing breakdowns and certain shit that I feel like can help and benefit you guys. If you haven't, you're really here to talk to girls, definitely check out my free girls guide, first link in the bio, and then also have a Patreon for exclusive game, 4 more so on the communication aspect, how to read a girl, how to properly treat her, how to be able to raise your awareness, and like what the things you need in order to be successful in relationships. And it's just basically all the things I use, and this is how I get women attached to me personally, just based off of these principles that I teach in the Patreon. But I hope to catch y'all next video.